What you see around you is not the world as it truly is, but a reflection of what lives inside you. Reality is not objective. It's filtered through your emotions, beliefs, and thoughts. Have you ever wondered why some people move through life with calm strength, while others feel overwhelmed, even in peaceful circumstances? The secret lies not in willpower or resistance, but in learning how to transform your inner world. When you begin to see emotions not as enemies, but as allies, and dare to change from within, the outer world begins to shift with you. Every emotion you experience, fear, sadness, anger, is a messenger waiting to be heard. They're not obstacles. They're inner signals pointing you towards something that needs attention. Fear highlights limiting beliefs. Sadness reveals what needs to be released. Anger shows you where boundaries were crossed. When you stop resisting your emotions and begin meeting them with curiosity, you start the journey of transformation. Each time you choose observation over reaction, you move closer to inner peace. Resistance creates suffering. Acceptance opens the door to healing. Imagine yourself in the middle of a storm. Winds howling, rain lashing, skies darkened. You can't stop the storm, but you don't need to fight it either. Just stop, breathe deeply, and let it pass. This is the essence of emotional acceptance, not surrender, but awareness. Next time you feel something painful, pause. Don't label it bad or try to push it away. Simply observe. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? What lesson does it carry? And suddenly, the intensity begins to fade, revealing its hidden wisdom. Carl Jung said that what we ignore becomes our fate. That's why your real power lies not in being swept away by emotions, but in becoming the conscious observer. This part of you doesn't get carried by feelings or external circumstances. It's like a lighthouse in the middle of a raging sea, steady, silent, shining light even in darkness. When you operate from this space of awareness, criticism, conflict, and difficulty lose their grip on you. You discover an inner peace that no person, event, or situation can disturb. The only moment that truly exists is now. Yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's anxieties may cloud your mind, but the present is where life actually happens. When you stay rooted in the now, emotions lose their overwhelming power and problems become manageable. Imagine carrying a heavy stone. This stone represents resentment, pain, or limiting beliefs you've accumulated over years. You keep it because you think you need it. But what if you simply let it go? How would you feel without that burden? This is the essence of liberation. Not forgetting the past, but choosing not to let it define your present. Imagine your life as a river, sometimes flowing gently, sometimes surging with powerful currents. There are moments when you feel stuck in an endless whirlpool. But even in chaos, the river continues to flow, naturally seeking its course. This is your life, a journey where every experience, even the most challenging, leads you toward deeper understanding and stronger connection with yourself. Trust the process. Even when you can't see where the current is taking you, know that it's leading you exactly where you need to be. Jung said that what we fear most about ourselves is often the key to our liberation. It may sound abstract, but it's actually very simple. Every time you face something uncomfortable, an intense emotion, a difficult conversation, a painful memory, you have two choices. You can keep avoiding it, allowing resistance to build until it becomes emotional pressure or even illness. or you can face it with curiosity and courage, trying to unravel what it's trying to teach you. It's like a knot in a rope. If you pull violently, it tightens. But if you pause, reflect, and gently work at it, it gradually unravels. One powerful practice you can try is inner dialogue. When you feel overwhelmed, close your eyes and speak to yourself, as if talking to a close friend. Ask, what is happening right now? What do I need in this moment? What can I learn from this? This simple act of engaging with yourself completely changes the dynamic. Instead of feeling trapped by your emotions, you begin to feel like the observer who can manage them. And something amazing happens. When you start asking these questions, you discover that many answers were inside you all along. Think of something as simple as your breath. Most people don't pay attention to how they breathe, but when you pause and take a deep inhale, something shifts. It's like rebooting your nervous system. This simple act brings you back to the present moment, quiets the mental noise, and returns you to here and now. But breathing also reminds you of something deeper, that the current of life continues, even in your hardest moments, when it feels like everything has stopped. Your breath continues. It's a symbol of resilience, reminding you there's always a part of you that knows how to move forward, even when you feel lost. The energy you carry inside shapes everything you experience. Think of it like a mirror. If you carry fear or resentment, the mirror reflects situations that amplify those feelings. If you carry peace or gratitude, the world around you responds in kind. Everything starts from within. If you cultivate gratitude, patience, and self-love, the reflection changes, not because the external world magically transformed, but because your perception of it did. This is the real power of transforming your inner world. You don't need perfect external conditions to find peace. You can find it now, from within, no matter what's happening around you. It's as though you've just discovered that you've always had a safe refuge you could return to anytime, no matter how fierce the storm outside. As you continue exploring this path, you might wonder, what else might be possible? What if you began living each day from this place of inner connection? How would your life look if every decision, every interaction, every moment was guided by a sense of calm and purpose? Now, imagine that every thought and emotion inside you is like an actor stepping onto a stage. Some enter loudly, demanding your full attention. Others stand silently in the shadows, affecting the play without you even noticing. But you are not the main actor. You are not the written script. You are the director, the one with the ability to watch the entire performance and decide how the story unfolds. Jung spoke of this role as the observer, that part of your awareness that doesn't get swept away by thoughts or emotions, but watches from a broader perspective. This shift in perspective may seem small, but it completely reshapes how you experience life. These lessons are not always easy, but they are necessary for your growth. Jung reminded us that life is not about avoiding suffering. It's about finding meaning in the middle of it. Every challenge you face, every unbearable feeling, these are invitations to evolve. Think of it like a seed that must crack open before a new shoot can emerge. The process may be painful, but it births a new version of you, a fresh perspective, a stronger self. The question isn't whether you'll face difficulties, but how you choose to meet them. You can see life's challenges as obstacles that stop you, or as teachers guiding you towards something greater. The choice is yours. And here lies the most powerful truth. It doesn't matter how many times you stumbled before. You can always choose to begin again. Every dawn is a reminder of this truth. The sun doesn't care about yesterday's mistakes. It simply shines on the new day. And so can you. Light your path, one step, one breath at a time, by choosing to be more aware and compassionate with yourself and others. So, what will you do with this fresh opportunity? How will you choose to sail through your life from this moment forward? The answers lie within you, waiting to be discovered. Imagine for a moment that you see your life as a river, sometimes flowing gently, sometimes rushing fast. There are moments when you feel stuck in an endless whirlpool, but even in chaos, the river continues to flow, naturally seeking its course. This is your life, a journey where every experience, even the most challenging, leads you toward deeper understanding and stronger connection with yourself. Think of your mind as a garden. Every belief, every emotion, every thought is a seed planted long ago. Some were planted by you, others came from outside. The words of parents, experiences at school, criticisms at work. If you don't tend to it, weeds grow wild, flowers wilt, and beauty fades unnoticed. But when you choose to become the conscious gardener of your inner world, something powerful happens. You start removing what no longer serves you and planting what you truly want to grow. Jung spoke of the importance of integrating what he called the shadow, that hidden part of ourselves we often avoid, our fears, insecurities, suppressed desires. Ignoring these parts doesn't make them disappear. It only lets them grow in the dark. But when you dare to face your shadow and accept it as part of you, you discover hidden gifts. It's like opening an old, dusty box and finding treasure you had forgotten was there. Healing doesn't require grand gestures, just small, consistent steps towards self-acceptance. A single drop of water may seem insignificant, but over time, it carves even the hardest stone. So too do small decisions shape your inner world. One moment of reflection, one choice to pause instead of react, it all matters. Try this. Spend a few minutes each day writing down your thoughts without filtering or editing. Let them flow like a river. Often, what seems like an emotional storm on paper turns out to be just passing clouds. And remember, you are not the storm. You are the sky that holds it all. Growth is not about perfection. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, one step at a time. Perhaps today you noticed a negative pattern you had ignored for years, or chose peace over anger. These are victories worth celebrating, because every step you take, no matter how small, is a movement toward a more conscious, connected version of yourself. Like a sculptor chiseling away at stone, each stroke, even if it seems wrong, contributes to revealing the masterpiece that was already there. You are not alone on this journey. Many people wake up searching for inner connection, clarity, and purpose. Each of them faces their own battles, yet shares the same desire to live a more conscious and fulfilling life. If you ever feel lost, return to your breath. It is your anchor that always brings you back to the present. Every inhale is a reminder that you are alive and that you still have the chance to choose. You have the power to create something beautiful, even in your darkest moments. Real transformation doesn't happen between night and morning. It begins with small, consistent steps toward awareness and deeper connection with yourself. Each challenge, each uncomfortable feeling, each interaction with others is a mirror reflecting parts of yourself that need understanding, not punishment. The power doesn't lie in changing the world around you, but in changing the way you perceive and respond to it. And when you change internally, your reality changes with you. Have you ever noticed how certain beliefs seem to repeat themselves like patterns in your life? Maybe you grew up hearing phrases like, "Life is hard," or "Success is not for everyone." Without realizing it, these ideas became the lenses through which you view the world. Here comes the exciting part. When you begin questioning these beliefs, you realize they're nothing more than stories you've told yourself for years. And like any story, they can be rewritten. For example, if you believe you're not good enough to achieve a certain goal, ask yourself, who said that? Where did this belief come from? Is it really mine, or did you inherit it from someone else? Just questioning these ideas begins to weaken them and opens the door to rewriting a new narrative about yourself. And when you change the story you tell about yourself, your outer life follows suit. Curiosity becomes your greatest ally. Instead of resisting difficult emotions, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What part of me needs attention right now? This simple act of exploration, instead of judgment, opens a deeper understanding of who you are. It allows you to move forward with clarity you never thought possible. As you walk this path, a new question arises. What if everything you've been through, even the darkest moments, was part of a perfect plan to bring you exactly where you need to be? Jung taught us that relationships are mirrors that reflect parts of ourselves we need to understand. How many conversations with friends or family were shaped by old wounds, buried fears, or unresolved resentments? What if you could interact from a space filled with clarity and understanding? When you begin seeing others as reflections rather than causes, something beautiful happens. You stop reacting and start responding. This isn't about justifying harmful behavior, but about gaining insight into what these interactions are trying to teach you. The more you understand yourself, the more you gain the power to empathize with others. Anger often appears when someone crosses a line you didn't clearly draw. Setting boundaries isn't an act of hostility. It's an expression of self-love. It's like building a fence around your inner garden, not to shut people out, but to protect what you're growing inside. Boundaries help you maintain your center, especially when life gets chaotic. They remind you that saying no is not selfish, it's sacred. Because when you honor your own needs, you're better able to show up for others. Gratitude has a transformative effect. When you start focusing on the things you feel grateful for, even the small ones, your brain's frequency shifts. It's like tuning a radio station. The static of negativity fades, and a sense of inner peace begins to rise. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means recognizing that beauty still exists, even in the darkest days. And each time you choose to notice it, you reprogram your mind to experience life from a new, more empowered perspective. You don't need external validation to know your worth. True power comes from reconnecting with your inner voice, the part of you that has always known who you are, even when you forgot. Ask yourself, what would I say to myself if no one was watching? Would my words be encouraging, patient, and full of trust? Or filled with doubt and criticism? Every word you choose has weight, and that weight either builds you up or breaks you down. Start treating yourself with the same kindness you offer others, because you deserve it. Letting go is not surrender, it's liberation. Imagine every worry you carry is a stone filling your backpack. One by one, you reach the river and begin releasing them. With each stone gone, you feel lighter, freer. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about making space for new beginnings. And every time you practice this art, something miraculous happens. You discover room for joy, for curiosity, for exploration. No matter how many times you've fallen, you can always choose to begin again. Every sunrise is proof that the past is behind you. The sun doesn't dwell on yesterday's storms. It simply rises, casting light on a new day. And so can you. Choose to rewrite your story. Choose to breathe with intention. Choose to walk forward, even when the road ahead is unclear. Because you are not lost. You are evolving. You are not broken. You are not flawed. You are not lost. You are simply going through the process of uncovering the truest version of yourself. And this journey of awareness, growth, and inner mastery is not meant to be easy. It's meant to be meaningful, because when you awaken to who you truly are, the world changes with you. If this video touched something deep within you, don't let it pass in silence. Leave us a comment. Even a single line might be the start of your healing, or a thread of light for a wandering soul. Share this video with someone you care about. Your words might breathe new life into someone else's heart. The journey of awareness begins with a whisper, a word, a fleeting feeling. Let your voice be heard, and let's walk this path together. Pain is never random. It's life's way of calling us to awaken, to rise, to listen, to transform. Tell us in the comments, what is the pain that taught you your greatest lesson? Perhaps in a moment of weakness, you discovered your true strength. Perhaps the darkness was not the end, but the doorway to your rebirth. Write, share, and be the spark of light for someone still searching in the shadows.